Um, so welcome to the summer 2025 management leadership. This is HAMG 2305. This is a 5-week class. So what we normally would do in 16 weeks in this regular semester, we are condensing down into 5 weeks. Okay. This is a self-paced, fully online class. So this is really the only official meeting that we're going to have for the semester. Now you can schedule times with me on my office hours or schedule time if you need outside my office hours if those don't work for you. But this is primarily just 100% online. Okay. Our attendance policy is such that your work for the previous week will determine what your attendance grade is. So if you complete all the assignments, then you'll get 100% attendance for that week. If you complete some of the assignments, but not all of them, then you're going to be considered late, as if you were to walk into class late. If you complete no assignments, then that's considered an absence. Okay, so present, late, and absent is how I'm going to determine your attendance based on the assignments for the previous week. Okay. Um, the introduction discussion and your personality colors, those are due by hopefully today, by let's say Wednesday at the latest. That will give your classmates an opportunity to put in information about themselves and then also respond to your post as well. And you can respond to your classmates' post. I will post my personality color. Those of you who don't know me, maybe it won't be as easy for you to determine what my color might be, but those of you who do know me and have had me in class before, um, after you review what all the different color personalities are like, you may not be shocked once I post my color. But this is a really interesting exercise that I've done for a while now. And I think it's really cool to see how the different colors interact with each other. And some of you may reflect on your classes that you've taken and maybe think about, interactions you've had with your classmates and what color they may be. And it's maybe not so much a reason, an excuse to act a specific way, but it's more of kind of just like a reason and a way to kind of explain why somebody is doing things the way they do it. Um, the best way to navigate through this course is going to be through Canvas, okay, and through the modules. So literally just open up the module. Um, and on the module, the first thing you're going to see is important links. So on Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my office hour days. Okay. I will be logged in to Zoom from 2 to 3 on Tuesdays and 9 to 10 on Wednesdays. So you can just log in. You don't have to set up an appointment. You can just click this link and it will go ahead and log you into my office hours. I also am here on campus sometimes during those days as well. So there are a couple of days where I'll be traveling for work. But if you want to come in person, it's a good idea to email me just to make sure that I'm going to be here. The orientation module in week 1 is basically what we're working on this week. Okay. And so you'll see how we have all the information for the colors, the true colors, as well as chapters 1 and chapters 2 lessons. Okay. So the format for this class, again, because we're shrinking everything from 16 weeks down into 5 weeks, the format for this class really is watching these videos, the lessons for each chapter, and then responding to an assignment. Whether that's just a quiz like we have here for chapters 1 and 2 quiz, or whether it's an additional assignment. Okay. So it's really important that you keep up with that information. There is an extra credit opportunity And if you want to contact Chef Munoz, we are hosting a Texas Restaurant Association, their education aspect, where they train high school teachers to help the high school teachers have more skills to then better teach the high school students. And so that professional development is going to be happening on June 19th through the 21st. Um, Let me write that on there, June 19th to the 21st. Okay. And you're going to want to email Chef John Munoz. And I could tell you his email address right now. jmunoz248 at alamo.edu. Okay. So J Munoz, that's a Z, 248 at alamo.edu. Just email him and he will get you the information for volunteering. Any questions so far about the introduction slide?
No, sir.
All right. So your assignments. How many of you have had a class where your teacher has the assignments due at 11:59 p.m.? Okay, I think most of us have had that experience. And that's just because Canvas defaults 11:59 p.m. But I can guarantee you that I am not awake at 11:59 p.m. ready to grade your assignments. Okay? And so as a result, my assignment turn in time is 8 a.m. on Monday morning. So think about Monday of next week, starts our brand new week, right? And so all the work that's for this week has to be turned in before we start our new week. So at 8 a.m. on Monday next week, that's when all of the work that is going to be happening during this week is going to be due. Okay. Um, so that includes your introduction discussion. The getting started quiz, that one is slightly different just because that one is going to be due on Wednesday this week. Just want to make sure that you've gone through the information and stuff before really the class gets going. So the getting started quiz is one of the assignments that breaks from that due at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. So I would like that due by Wednesday. Um, we have primarily chapter quizzes. The one assignment that I really want to bring your attention to is an Excel assignment in week 2. Okay. This is going to teach you how to utilize Excel to create charts, to um, illustrate data. Okay. Numbers and charts look great, but if you can put it into a pie chart or if you can put it into a bar graph to give a picture for that data, it's even better. And so that Excel assignment is going to teach you how to do that. If you are not familiar with Excel, I would not wait to the last minute because you're going to have me available on Tuesday and Wednesday next week for office hours. You can log in and ask me questions. But if you wait to the last minute on Saturday night, I'm probably not going to be available to answer questions. Okay. So I encourage you to look at that assignment. Now, I will give you a heads up. I created that assignment 2 summers ago. And as we know with technology, sometimes technology changes. They make additions, they make edits, they make improvements. So some of the things that are in my directions may be a different process now. If you run into that, please let me know because I need to know that information so I can update my directions. If nobody tells me, I'm going to assume that all the directions are perfectly fine. Okay. So if you're having trouble with a specific step, please let me know. I also oftentimes will go to YouTube to try to solve the issue. But please let me know that that step of the directions is maybe a little bit confusing or is not possible in a new updated um, program. The other thing that you want to do is you want to check for the calendar for the due dates. And so if you click the syllabus, course syllabus in Canvas, it will show you all the due dates. Okay. Any questions about the assignments? All right. So
Oh,
in
I'm
this,
sorry. I have one question. Can
yes,
we
go ahead.
can we complete them earlier than
Absolutely.
okay.
Yep, you
Thank you.
sure can. I probably won't like things like the written assignments and like the Excel assignment. I probably won't grade them right away. I may if I have some time, but I like to grade them all at the same time after the due date, so I'm in the right mindset and I know the correct answers that I'm looking for. So if you do turn it in extremely early, just be aware that I may not grade it until after the due date. Um, so part of this class is the opportunity to take a certificate of completion exam. Okay. Um, your textbook should have come with exa- uh, a what am I looking for? An exam uh, code. I saw one student today, and hers was tucked into the back, right in the back section of her textbook. It was tucked in back in that back page. If you did not get an exam code, I need to know that because the bookstore should be providing that for all students. Okay. You do need the textbook for this class. The chapter quizzes, you're only going to have two attempts and you only have about 30 minutes or so, depending on how many questions are on the quiz. So I would encourage you to take notes while you watch the videos, but then also for those extra questions that maybe you don't quite know, you can go back and refer to your book because all that information comes directly from the textbook. Okay. The other thing is the final exam is going to come straight from the textbook. And so the final exam, which is not posted yet, not published, but the final exam will come directly from the textbook. And so that will be a good opportunity for you to use that. Okay. So I have a message from Tiffany that she did not receive that. Anybody else did not receive the exam access code? It would look like, yeah, it would look like this, but it says the title of our textbook instead. This is an old one from a previous class. So it would basically look like this. If you did not get anything like this in your textbook, I need to know that so that the bookstore can purchase your exam code. Maria, you did not either. You're welcome to come off mute and just let me know as well. Anybody else?
Well, I didn't
I
get a
didn't
book.
receive it.
I didn't get a book yet, so should I just go pick up one tomorrow because they put me in
Yes.
today?
Yes. And chances are, Tarika, I went in today and none of them had the the access code. So I'm gonna go ahead and just write your name down
I
because I know
haven't
you're gonna get a used book.
I haven't
Okay.
gotten my book yet either.
Okay, Sydney as
Yeah.
well. And I got you, Brian. Anybody else did not get their textbook or did not get an access code?
I'm waiting for my book. So,
Okay.
okay, that's why I don't have the paper.
Chances are you're probably not gonna get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and include you in the list.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Garrett, Emily.
I'm checking right now, Mr. Minsky.
Okay, sounds good.
I think I have mine, but I have to double check.
Okay, Sam, and you already have an account with HLEI, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Nayeli, thank you so much for checking. All right, so those of you who do not have your access code, you still want to go ahead and create an account in HLEI so that you can follow the directions. Take a picture if you want. Take a picture of what's on the screen with your phone so you know. You can also go back to this and watch the recording as well if you'd like. But you're going to go to ahlei.org. You're going to create an account. Okay. And then you want to check your email so you'll verify that you've created the account. Then when you go back in and log in, if you have that redeem a voucher, then you'll click that and you'll actually enter that voucher code. Okay. What's the most important is once you have done this process, is I need you to email me or send me a message through Canvas of what email address you used to create and to log in for your account. Okay. Because that's how I'm going to be able to assign you to this class, to this test. Okay. So any questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, Mr. Minsky, the leadership and management in the hospitality industry book, you said it was going to be like a little sheet that
Yep.
has the code on it, or yeah, I didn't get anything like that in my book.
Okay, perfect. All right. So again, I do need everyone that is planning on taking the certificate of completion exam to go to hlei.org. Okay. This will be done in person. Okay. Me, I need you to get a book. That's really important. You're going to need that. So work on that. I'm going to add you to the list as well, just because I know the books that remain don't have it. Um, the this certificate of completion exam is going to be in person during the last week of the semester. Okay. Taking the final exam online, everyone will take the final exam online. Okay. Taking that final exam will prepare you for the certificate of completion exam. Okay. So if you are taking this exam, the certificate of completion exam, it's important that you finish the final exam online first and then come in and take the certificate of completion exam. Okay. And you can check the calendar, you can check the information of when that date is, of when you can come in and take that. All right. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Mr. Minsky, as far as the little paper with the code on it is concerned, are you just going to email us the code or?
Well, essentially, what's happened in the past is the bookstore just purchases codes and gives them to me, and then I can assign them to your email address. So I need you to have that email address account already set up so that I can
Okay.
easily assign you the code.
All right. All righty then. So just send you an email with the email that we signed
Yes,
up with.
exactly. Yep.
Okay. And
You
then
mean for the HM, that one?
Yes, from the textbook. When you go to the AHLEI, let me go back real quick. When you go to the AHLEI and create your account, that's the email address that I'm going to need. Because then what happens is I go into the back end and I can actually look for your email address and I can assign it to a code that the bookstore purchases. And then I can add you to my exams session. All right. The best way to get a hold of me is going to be my email address. Okay. I am here in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But so if you call my office number and leave me a voicemail on Thursday, I'm not going to get it until Monday. Okay. So the best way to get a hold of me is via email. I do check my email pretty regularly, even when I'm not in the office. I check my email at least 2 to 3 times a day. So the best way to get a hold of me through email or sending me a message through Canvas because that sends me directly a message directly to email as well. Um, Let me go ahead and update my attendance based on the people that have logged in. Let's see. Let me double check one thing in Canvas. Yes, I do have this. So this is our course outline for the semester. Okay, so I have it broken down by weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the due date for each assignment that's in each week. Okay. Um, your final exam is going to be open from Monday, June 30th to July 7th. So it'll be open for a week. You can take it anytime during that week that you'd like. And then let me double check. I want to make sure I'm not misquoting. AHLEI. Okay, so July 8th and 9th between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. So 8 a.m. and noon, July 8th and July 9th. So that is going to be the Tuesday and Wednesday of the last week of the semester. Okay, and between 8 a.m. to 12. So you can come in anytime. Keep in mind it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to take the exam. And so you want to make sure you give yourself plenty of time to finish by 12 noon. Okay. But you can just come right in anytime on July 8th or 9th between 8 to 12. Those of you who are in classes, so I know there's some of y'all are in classes because that's why you came to the 4 o'clock today. Let me know as we get closer and I can set up an additional time for you. All right. Any other questions? Nayeli, I'm going to add your name to the list, but regardless, I need everybody to go in and create an account in ahlei.org. And then I need you to, if you don't have a voucher to redeem, that's fine. I need you to at least go in and create an account and then share your email with me. Okay? Send me an email and say, Mr. Uminsky, my AHLEI email that I used was, and give me your full email address. So that way, some people like to use their student email, some people like to use their personal, and that's fine. I just need to know that so I can connect it on the back end. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
I had one, Mr. Uminsky,
Yes,
but
go ahead.
it was in regards to the BHMS Zoom thing that you said earlier. Where can we find the that session, that video?
I have not posted it yet, but I will put it in the important links module.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
cool. Thank
I'll do
you.
that before I leave tonight.
Appreciate you.
Yep, absolutely. Any other questions, comments for management and leadership?
Okay, I'm sorry. I just have
It's
one
okay.
question. Okay, about the email. So do I need the book or just go into this site and just create my email?
Go into the site and just create your account, and then
Okay.
send me the email that you used.
Okay. And it can
And
be
then
my
once you
personal
get
or
the,
school.
exactly, yeah. And once you get
Okay.
the textbook, then you can start using it for the course. And then I have you down as needing an access code. And so we'll get one of those purchased. The bookstore will purchase those on your behalf. And then I will assign it to you and then put you into my exam.
Okay, thank you. And I'll go and pick that book up tomorrow.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments, concerns about management and leadership?
You were talking about the website. I logged in a little late. I saw 4:30 on there. The website you said it's like a website or is it on ACES?
Is this for management leadership or food and beverage cost control?
Oh, that one. So am
Yeah,
I in
so
the wrong
that's going to
one?
start at 4:30. So
Okay,
you're just a
okay.
little bit early. You're
Oh,
good.
okay, okay. Okay. So I'm fine here.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be on here either.
So I do 4:30.
I was wondering about that, Tarika, because I was like, my class was full. I didn't
Sorry.
think they were going to add
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, I told her 4:30. We were
I like to be on time, so. As you can
So
see, I'm sorry.
that's okay. So Tarika, then you don't necessarily need to go and create an HAI account if you're not.
Okay.
Okay. But do I need a book?
Yes, for the cost control, we'll go over that next. Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So if you don't have any questions about management and leadership, I'm going to stop the recording and you're welcome to log off because I'm going to start my next orientation at 4:30.